The Canadian Card Collector here, and welcome back to day 388 of your daily deck review. And the deck that we're taking a look at today is the red Streamline playing cards. So, with no further ado, let's take a look and see what we get. So here we have the red Streamline playing cards in that standard glossy finish tuck box there. It's in a red and white colorway. It says Streamline across the front. You got poker just at the top, and it says playing cards there in English and French there. And you got that kind of like different kind of style spade there. And then on one side it says the United States Playing Company, and the other side says plastic coated smooth finish in English and French. On the bottom it just says poker there. On the back you got a little sneak peek of that back design and a little barcode and some corporate information. It says these are from 2009 there. On the top it just says poker as well there. And the tuck flap just has some corporate information there. And then the inner tuck flap, just that glossy white finish. And now if we take the cards out of the box, on the inside tuck box, just plain white. Nothing too crazy or fancy going on inside there. Now that we took a look at the tuck box, time to take a look at the cards. And first, we'll start with that back design. So here we have a mirrored back design with the standard white border going around there. And you can tell the cards are a little bit more like plasticky there, with a more shine to it. There, and the back design is a red and white colorway there. And it's more like a flower kind of design there, in a mirrored design. So there's a bunch of like flowers there. And if you were to flip it over, same design in both directions. But now for the cards you get with the deck, here we start with the first Joker. It says Joker, Joker there with some stars. And then you just got the Joker's like head there. And then you got the 4 pips there on his like little neck thing there. And that says plastic coating and red coloring there. And then the second Joker is an identical Joker, so 2 identical Jokers. And we get to a little extra card there, which just says play by the rule. And some of like Bicycle's card games that they have, even though this is an older deck. So, I don't know where you'd actually find those or not. It's the back sign on the back, and then you got a little bicycle, kind of like a little ad card, kind of. It's the back design. And then you got that custom Ace of Spades there, which says Streamline, and that custom like spade there. And this is the U.S. Playing Card Co., Cincinnati, Ohio. And then the rest of the cards are pretty standard. They're not like this. They're not like the bicycle font. There, I think I'm not even sure. They could be like Arco Pips or Hoyle or something, but I'm not entirely sure because they're not specifically like custom bicycle font, but they're pretty similar. And you got the court cards, the Jack, Queen, King of Spades here, and they're pretty standard there. Like I said, they're not like the standard bicycle font. It's slightly different than that. It's either Hoyle or Arco or something like that. Well, you got the standard court cards, and then you got the diamonds, which are standard there as well. Then you got the court cards once again. They're pretty much the same colors, like the yellows, reds, blues, whites there. Just a different, like, slightly different style. You got that other different style there. I mean, yeah, standard court cards. The clubs are pretty standard as well. And then you got the hearts, which are also standard, Jack, Queen, King as well. And you still got that same kind of King of Hearts there with the sword through the head. And then you got the hearts there, which are pretty standard as well. Well, now that we took a look at the cards, time to test the handling. And first we'll start with the springs. And I gotta say, just based off that first spring, these cards are a little bit on the stiffer side and the thick side, because they're more like, they did say plastic coated, so they have a little bit more thickness to them, or more like a cardboard kind of stock to it. But they're still spring. I mean, not like perfectly or anything. But you can still kind of bend them. Some people might have a little bit harder time because they're definitely on the stiffer side. So you have to like put some more pressure into it. But they still spring pretty good. Well, not pretty good, but I mean they still spring somewhat. Right when we wait on to the fans. And yep, these do not fan. The cards just kind of like slightly stick and clump together, as you can see. Well, they still make the fan shape, just they don't like spread smoothly or anything. But they still give that kind of fan shape. You can see some of the pips and some of the numbers. So there's definitely a stickiness and clumpiness to the cards. And we wait on to the Pharaoh. And they Pharaoh, they definitely Pharaoh there. Not like perfectly or anything. You definitely push them together. And they're not like smoothly like at all, but they still work. And now for a giant fan of that back design. And now for that reverse Pharaoh. And they slightly reverse Pharaoh, like they interlocked a little bit more smoothly, but like I definitely have to push them even more than the regular Pharaoh. Now for a giant fan of the faces. And now time for the Riffle Shuffle or Bridge Shuffle. We got some nice riffles to it, like the good riffle, because it's more like a thicker stock, so it's good for those nice riffles. But then you get to the bridge, it's more like a softer bridge. We actually get some decent kind of like riffles and bridge shuffles out of these. Not like the best, but still like better than you would expect. Now time for a few packet cuts. Well, pretty decent packet cuts. Like most packet cuts, so most decks packet cut pretty much the same. It might be a little bit slippery, but like nothing too crazy. Now for that one-handed cut, or surely a cut. And now for the dribble. And now for that spread fan. And lastly, spread the cards on the table. Well, like I say, not a terrible deck, but it's a pretty basic design there. Was that kind of like basic kind of flower design there, which looks actually pretty nice there. And then you got the faces, which are pretty standard. They're not like the standard bicycle font. It's like Arco or kind of some kind of Hoyle or something like that. Another like US United States playing company kind of like font there because they have a couple different fonts for certain type of decks. Well, pretty basic design there, not like anything too crazy going on. Well, it's always nice to have simplistic decks once in a while. And then for the handling, these are plastic coated, like the box said. So they don't handle the greatest there, and that's expected because these cards, I think, were under $5. So yeah, that's what you get for you get what you pay for. But for being under $5, they still handle pretty decently though. Like they do some things pretty good, but they're definitely not like the smoothest cards ever. because they definitely clump together. But overall, not terrible though. I still pretty like them a lot, even though they don't handle the greatest. But it's not like I'm going to use them all the time anyways, because I have tons of other decks I could use instead. But I guess with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. This has been day 388 of your daily deck review. This has been the Red Streamline playing cards, and I'm the Canadian Card Collector signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye!